Wolfgang, where you at, man?
Man, very sad news in hip hop. I don't know what to say, but I'll just start it off with what my man used to say. He say, "I'm more than just a rhymer. You still a small timer. I hope the industry treats your ass a little kinder." John Forte, he was attached to the Fugees. It's reported that he passed away at 50 years old. I'm over here trying to just eat me some top ramen in my noodles because that's all I got. I just got top ramen, noodles, beanie, weenies, and I ain't got nothing. And I'm sitting here down and depressed, and I'm like, wait, what? I just got the news that said that John Forte passed away. While the details, they're still developing. They said he was in Massachusetts, and he resided in the city of, is it Chilmark? Or is a prominent island music person who lived in the town for the past 10 years with his wife and children. And they haven't talked about what the cause of death is. But they said Forte, he started off as a violinist, and he later enrolled in New York University, and he dropped out and started working for Rawkus Records. And Forte aligned himself with the Fugees by the way of Lauryn Hill in the early 90s. And he produced a bunch of tracks. He was on the score. That's why I'm tripping, because I'm like, that album is about to be 30 years old. I remember getting that album. Jeez, we're on the 30th anniversary of this album, The Score. If y'all don't know what The Score, if you hip hop and you don't know what The Score is, stop. Turn in your damn hip hop card for real. But that was a dope album. He was on there. He also worked with Wyclef. The shit I just spit, that was from one of Wyclef's songs, Stand Alive, and the Refugees Camp All-Stars. So he got, I remember though, in 2000, he got snatched up for having liquid cocaine. And I'm not trying to look. We're gonna not focus too much on the criminal side of what things have happened what happened with brothers, but I'm not gonna overlook it. But and it's all tied into all this other stuff that's going on with all this fraud within the music industry. But that's a whole nother conversation. But in 2000, he got nabbed up for having that liquid cocaine. It was almost about $1.5 million almost. And he did 8 years of a 14-year sentence after George W. Bush commuted his sentence in 2008. I do remember that. Yeah, this is sad because he's out of the way. He's done. Rest in peace. Safe travels as you go beyond. Praz is he's locked up like Akon. You see what I did there? Akon. No. Anyway, now I'm not trying to make fun of the situation, but this is sad. This is sad news. John Forte passed away. It has been confirmed by the Martha's Vineyard's Times. So they were the first to report it. And now I see everyone else is reporting it. Yeah, man. I don't believe that. I can't believe that he was only 50. He was only 50 years old. That's the cold part about it. I mean, and the cold part about it is I don't think people really gave him his flowers like that. Yeah. Oh man, this is tough. But yeah, John Forte, y'all. The whole little situation with the cocaine is very interesting because I think we really got to start looking at a lot of things when it comes to a lot of these entertainers and who they allow to get away with certain stuff. So I remember having that album by John Forte, Poli Sci. I think he dropped that in '98. That was around the same time. No, wait, who dropped? Did Pras drop? Yeah, Pras dropped. Yeah, he did Ghetto Superstar. And then I remember John Forte had Poli Sci. And it really, it had received, a little bit of, but it didn't really do what it do, man. Like how the Fugees had with the score, and the score received Grammy nominations. It was critically acclaimed. Then he goes off and does his own thing, and it really doesn't take off. And that was in '98. So my thing is he had to hustle, and he was carrying liquid cocaine through the airport, and they got him. And but his sentence was later commuted by George W. Bush. That's a whole drop within itself. You're gonna tie in liquid cocaine to John Forte and George W. Bush. the jokes writes itself. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, rest in peace. Rest in peace to John Forte. This is just sad. That's all I really could say, because I'm not gonna front. I wasn't like a big fan of everybody in the Fugees. I think when Wyclef dropped the Carnival, and he was on that album too, it was cool. I don't think I even bought it. I definitely bought the score. And I had that single that Pras did with Maya, Ghetto Superstar, and I remember I had Poli Sci. I don't know what happened to the album, but I think, yeah, Wyclef produced that. It was Fat Joe, DMX, because DMX just came out. He was hot. Yeah. I think it didn't sell over 100,000 copies. My bad, not to say it like that, but yeah, what they do to you in the music industry, if you don't make those certain numbers, because they probably had expectations for him to like really do bigger numbers than 100K because of his attachment to the Fugees. Yeah, they treat you like dirt. And I don't know everything, but I know it's like, I just know that they really didn't give him his flowers as he was here, because him doing the time in 2000 and up until about 2008, and he got his sentence commuted, but he was supposed to have been in there 15 years. I'm sure Columbia Records didn't go and look out for him and go get him out of that jail, but I'm curious to know how he got those connections to George W. Bush. So I used to not like Bush. I don't mind George W. Bush now, like, since you got other presidents who they talking about they're great, and you see how horrible they are. But anyway, rest in peace, John Forte. It's Wolfgang Amadeus. Peace.